believe I've been here for a third of King's 75 years. Within just days of our very first newscast, King's very first news anchor, Charles Herring, reported on our first big news story, a wildfire raging near the Olympic Peninsula town of Forks.
The worst forest fire in the state of Washington in this decade.
The first in a history of natural disasters King followed. A 1965 magnitude 6.7 earthquake that rattled Seattle businesses and literally flooded the streets with beer.
The foundation gave way beneath an aging tank at the Rainier Brewery, snapping a valve and spewing forth nearly 1,000 gallons of beer. The volume was so great that for a time some of the suds bubbled up across Airport Way in front of the brewery.
The King 5 News team sprang rapid in 2001, myself included, when the 6.8 Nisqually quake caused $1 billion of damage.
When the earthquake hit on Wednesday, the road split right down the middle.
A warning sign for a growing threat of a massive quake that seismologists were just beginning to understand.
We found out our earthquake situation got worser.
The fault was deep underground. How deep? 35 miles underground.
And our need to prepare got more and more dire.
The ground beneath us isn't the only looming danger. May 18th, 1980, a defining day for Washington State as Mount St. Helens erupts. Former King 5 meteorologist and science reporter Jeff Renner.
The assignment editor at the time said, Jeff, we want you and Bill Fenster, a photographer at the time, to go down to Mount Rainier and take mountain climbing lessons. Well, the reason was they thought Mount Baker was going to erupt first.
But when St. Helens rumbled to life in 1980, King 5 got a front seat.
I was able to find a ridge where we could look down the valley, and there was Mount St. Helens.
A fateful last-minute decision to come down from the mountain may have saved the crew's life. The day after the eruption, the crew took a helicopter to their last campsite and spotted a burned-out car. Inside was one of the 57 victims of the explosion.
But I put on that sort of journalist frame of mind in terms of I want to see, because this was like 50 yards from where we were camped, what would have happened to us. That recognition of just how close you came, but what the true personal cost was.
Live from Seattle, this is a King 5 News special report.
An historic storm in 1990 sent the I-90 bridge sinking into Lake Washington just weeks before its replacement was set to open.
Whether it was a flood or a windstorm or a wildfire, we were able to, with our camera and our live gear, to take the viewer there.
The state didn't have insurance on the bridge, so we'll just have to wait and see who's going to foot the bill for it.
Disaster struck again in 2014. The deadliest mudslide in American history washed through the community of Oso, killing 43 people. Snohomish County rallied behind the people affected with a message, "Oh so strong."
To see the strength in adversity of this community, I think, should inspire all of us.
Resiliency runs deep in Washington State. It kept the community of Sumas together after historic floods swept through their downtown.
All day and now into the night, we've been watching people with their own personal fishing boats and in some cases even tractors crossing this washed out road here.
For 75 years, our cameras have been there. We aren't there just to show devastation, but to show the strength of the human spirit and the power of the community to rise to the challenge, no matter the hardship.
And tomorrow we are taking a look at 75 years of forecasting. We will show you how it started with cartoons and talk to former meteorologist Jeff Renner about the evolution of the forecast. You can watch all of our stories on king5.com. Just snap the QR code that you see right here on your TV screen. You can also watch our 1-hour special Thanksgiving night after the Seahawks game and fifth quarter at 9:30.